Oak Hill presents an unabridged recording of From Me to You, written and read by Brian Greenley and Alison Hitchcock. The moral right of the author has been asserted. This performance is owned by Oak Hill. Introduction. When we feel awkward, we say dumb things, don't we? Well, I do. This book is proof. In the summer of 2010, in a pub in Covent Garden, Brian Greenley, a man I barely knew, told me he had just been diagnosed with cancer. For reasons I still can't fathom, I offered to write letters to cheer him up. Brian was rather nonplussed by the offer. I was no writer, and what he needed was a cure, not a letter. Brian and I had met 6 months previously on a yoga holiday in India. I'd gone to seek refuge from a city job which was killing me, and Brian, as far as I could tell, didn't seem to know why he was there. He found me aloof, I found him flaky. I was living in London, in my late 30s, on a hunt for a husband. Brian was happily partnered with Neil, in his 50s, living in the home counties. The only thing we agreed we had in common was that we had nothing in common. Or we didn't, right up until we were in headstand in our final class, when we both farted and crashed to our mats in uncontrollable laughter. A sense of humour, and issues with Indian curry, was what, we discovered, we had in common. Over the next 3 years, that offer of a letter turned into over 100 letters I wrote to Brian throughout his treatment. The letters, he told me, accompanied him to his chemo sessions, distracted him from his reality, and connected him back to a world he hoped he would, one day, be able to live in again. But the letters didn't just benefit him. My impulsive gesture, and Brian's response to it, created the most unlikely of friendships. And it turned out Brian wasn't the only one to be saved by a letter. In 2017, after our story was broadcast on BBC Radio, Brian and I set up the charity From Me to You, to inspire and encourage others to stay connected with friends, family, and even strangers who find themselves isolated and lonely by their cancer diagnosis. Because we
Sample complete. Ready to continue?